The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the Morning Crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
And it's Friday.
I created a monster, cause nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want shady, I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want shady, this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor, some vodka that'll jumpstart my heart quicker than a shock when I get shocked at the hospital by the doctor when I'm not cooperating. When I'm rocking the table while he's operating. Hey! You waited this long to stop debating, cause I'm back, I'm on the rag and ovulating. I know that you got a job, Miss Cheney, but your husband's heart problem's complicating. So the FCC won't let me be, or let me be me, so let me see. They try to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me.
Let's go. It is 6:05, 38 degrees. It's Friday. You made it. We're going to get you closer to the weekend. Brian and Kenzie here on Q101. And at 7 a.m., less than an hour away, one of your last chances to get to Fall Out Boy in Los Angeles, GTFO. I know, it's getting there. It'll be our last chance, but the rest of the day with Lauren and Brian Phillips throughout the rest of the day, they'll have other opportunities. But then we'll also announce later on what Mondays is going to be.
Do you want to say it now or do you want to wait?
What do you think, Kenzie? What do you want to do?
Well, I don't even know what it is. Is it good?
Yes, it's very good. It's
Oh,
very,
okay.
very big band in a very nice location.
Well,
Okay.
why don't we say it? And that way people in this hour know what it is. It's going to be going on a trip to see the Foo Fighters.
Ooh,
The
where?
Foo Fighters in San Diego.
San Diego.
Yeah. Yep, a beautiful spot. So that'll be Monday. Just have that in your calendar because we keep this GTFO going. Incredible bands in luxurious locations.
That's right.
Foo Fighters and I got to say, by the way, San Diego, but Riot Fest, Foo Fighters. And I've been saying this a lot lately, but these bands that have been around a long time seem to be doing their best performances now. Not that they weren't amazing in 1996 or whatever, but they just seem to be really putting it all together. As I said, with the Foo Fighters, with the Black Keys at Twisted last year, that was the best performance a couple months ago I've ever seen the Black Keys, seeing them about 6 times. So I don't know what's going on with bands as they get older. Maybe
They've
getting
had a lot of practice.
they're more practice. Good
They're
point.
doing really good now.
More practice.
They've figured it out.
Yeah. Maybe less drugs too.
Maybe. That could help.
I don't know.
Better microphones.
Better technology.
A lot of pedals.
A lot of pedals.
That's actually, when I saw Blink-182 last year, that's how I felt. I was like, music technology has come such a long way because Tom DeLonge actually sounds really good live now. And that's a
Wow.
testament to Blink because that didn't used to always be the case.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've seen Blink back in the day, and I don't remember them ever sounding poorly live, but I know other people have said, the show sucked or whatever, and I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
No, they sound great now. They've got the technology for it.
Yeah. So all that coming up, Brian and Kenzie Q101. Remember, 7 o'clock, one of the last chances, Fall Out Boy in Los Angeles. Before we move forward with the show, because we live in the present, yesterday's history, but we do have to address something that happened on the show yesterday. I left the show yesterday at 9 a.m.
Forever. It is what we've heard of it.
That's right. Yeah. I walked off. I said, no more. Stop it. Stop the pain.
So,
So we were just doing a little birthday celebration for me, and Kenzie and Case surprised me with gifts. They were so awesome. I'm so happy with them. Kenzie got me a guitar pedal, and Case got me a gift card for Cold Stone Creamery.
Equal in value, obviously. Very much same amount of thought went into those.
One-
I didn't just panic and buy you a gift card the night before your birthday.
That's exactly what happens, what you're saying? Is that it?
Maybe a little.
Yeah. So I'm getting text during that big celebration, and as some birthday texts come through, my phone's just blowing up. I'm not really paying
and it
attention.
was funny because we were making fun of Brian because he's like, why am I getting so many texts? And I go, it's your birthday.
Yeah.
And Case and I are laughing at him at this point.
Yeah. And in the middle of it, I see my wife's mom, Megan's mom, texting me, which she rarely does, saying, call Megan. Get a hold of her now. And I go, what's that? What's going on there? Then I see Megan had texted me and said, don't panic, but I'm calling 911. I'm really feeling awful. Something's wrong. I'm scared. And I go, well, that's not Megan. She never says that. I mean, she's never said scared before, ever. And what she was having going on is feeling terrible, shortness of breath after she dropped Harper off at daycare and also stopped at Dunkin'. The one nearest is a Dunkin' Baskin Robbins, and she was going to be an ice cream cake for my birthday.
Nice.
But the line was too long, and then she started feeling really horrible. And so she got out of there, got back to the apartment just in time, and she collapsed on the floor. Her arms were flailing. And she still wasn't going to call 911. She's so stubborn. And she didn't even call, to reach out to me. But, I mean, I'm on the air, so it's hard. She was texting. I didn't see it.
She should have texted the text line.
She should have.
I would have been all over it.
You know what? In the future, I'm going to tell her to do that.
That's honest. I'm serious. That we would definitely see it that way. We don't really check our phones a lot during the show.
No, we keep the ringers off and all they're down and all that. So I see that, and I say to Case and Kenzie, I'm like, I start swearing, what the hell's going on? And She called 911. The ambulance came, and they were incredible, and they saved her. But she was having an AFib incident, we found out, which she's never had before. And if you don't know what that is, it's when your heart, the two sides of your heart are beating out of sync, and it causes your heart rate to just excel huge, and your blood flow's not going everywhere. It's a very common thing, apparently. I didn't know that. It's a lot of people have had this, and it, you survive it, but it's scary as hell. And Megan got an IV put in and then taken to Swedish hospital. And then I raced out of here. I think I probably got more speed camera tickets now. I probably got 2 of them coming. I don't care. Whatever. I got to the hospital, and she's doing okay now. So it was very scary. I want to give a big shout out to Kenzie and Case for handling the situation. Amazing. That's never happened to me before. All the years in radio, nothing like that's ever happened to me of an emergency in the middle of the show. I just got out of here, and they took over and kept this thing going. And also our boss, James, everything. I really want to thank everybody. That was really a special thing. So now we got to go see a cardiologist to make sure it wasn't just this one-off incident. Or hopefully that's what it was. She just traveled on a trip. She was super dehydrated, apparently. That could have caused it. And a perfect storm of some other things, not feeling well. So hopefully it was just that and nothing permanent. But they did all these tests there, and Swedish Hospital was amazing. I want to give props to the doctors, the nurses, the people that got me into the room really quick. And I couldn't believe how good that hospital is. Never been there before. On the north side, up there at Foster in California and Ravenswood. So great hospital. So yeah, thanks everybody. Thank you. That's all I got to say.
And she's back home now? She's doing okay?
Yeah, they released her. We stayed there about 6 hours with some tests, x-rays to make sure before they let us go. And we just got appointments to follow up. So she's good. It was my birthday. Yeah.
Did you get an ice cream cake still?
Didn't get the ice cream cake, but we had some Oreo sandwiches she bought earlier in the day to surprise.
Same.
She had a lot of plans. It was good. The Oreo ice cream sandwich was really good.
Yeah, but ice cream cake would have been better.
It would have been a lot better.
She should go get you an ice cream cake.
How dare she?
I know.
She should have fought through it. I mean, come on.
Yeah, tough it out.
I will say, we, Case and I were definitely like on the edge of our seat. We care about Megan very much.
Of course.
She's our favorite of the dads. And,
That's what I've always said.
And we were waiting for a text message. So once we got a text message, she's good. We're going back home. Brian explained the whole thing like he just did now. I texted Case and I said, that would have been a really twisted way to throw him a surprise party. Right?
Oh, God. One funny thing happened. When I walk in, she's talking, the doctor is there talking to her about what happened and what may have caused it. And I kind of walk in the middle of the conversation. Very good looking doctor, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Handsome fella.
What do you look like?
English, too. English guy.
Oi, bruv.
Yeah. And he was just great.
Well, that would have kept her heart rate out of whack. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's saying to her while I walk in, well, all that partying probably caused this on your trip. Now,
damn,
that was a business trip, and Megan goes to plants and counts things.
She got down to business, all right.
Some business material things. That's what she works for, that kind of company. And she told me she had just a couple glasses of wine with dinner one night. And I kind of just sit down, and she's instantly going like, yeah, well, it wasn't that much, and I didn't go partying. And then when the doctor left, she goes, I don't know why he said it like that. I told him I had 2 glasses of wine. with dinner one night. I wasn't partying, but he interpreted that I was like partying all night then on this dinner or whatever this thing was, and that probably dehydrated her.
He's like, the cocaine you did off the bathroom stalls, really, it caused a lot of issues.
Yeah, when the Cuban guys came in the party in Florida and it started raging.
He's like, don't worry, this is super common with cocaine.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and time for a fact that makes your brain go. And I have to start off with a question on this one because that's going to lead to the answer when we give it to you. Kenzie, do you flush the toilet with the lid open or the lid closed? Like, do you go to the bathroom, do your thing, and you put the lid down and then flush it? I know people like that. It always seemed weird to me.
Well, you can't. I mean, if you're in a public restroom, you can't even put it down.
Let's talk. You're right. There's some of them
There's
have.
not a top lid in a public restroom. Right?
You're right. There is. I'm trying to think if I've ever been in some kind of bougie place that had lids on top, but I don't think so. So I'm just talking about at home, I guess, here.
At home.
You have lids on top at home, right?
We do. Honestly, maybe I should do another swoop. Now that you're asking, I don't like. I think what's that like one effect you can have when you're like, oh, actually, maybe I don't remember that correctly, like the Mandela.
Oh, the
effect.
Mandela effect. We remember something wrong.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait, is that what the Mandela effect is?
Yeah.
Where you remember something completely wrong.
Well, different. Like it's like everyone imagines like somebody wearing like a certain color, and for some reason it's not that color, or whatever.
But I don't know why it's called that. I don't know what Nelson Mandela
me
did.
either. I don't
was
get
just same. We're all on the same on this page here. Why did Nelson Mandela get labeled with this kind of bad thing? Because he was a good guy, actually.
I like what he
Sometimes
did.
I am on TikTok. Sometimes I'm on TikTok and I see somebody claim Mandela effect, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's just deja vu. You can't be like, I feel like I've seen this before. Mandela effect. Like everybody wants. I think that one's just deja vu.
It's not like a Harry Potter spell. You can't just yell Mandela effect and have it
I
happen.
know. People like want to be Mandela so bad so they can make a TikTok. I swear.
Okay, so here's what it is. Nelson Mandela's death, he said the reason this became it, Nelson Mandela, who this theory's named after, died in 2013. However, countless people remember him dying in prison in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
So we've been wrong about so many dates and details more, and that's how it started, which seems really weird, but that's how it started, that people thought he already died 40, 30 years earlier.
Interesting. Okay, good to know. That's a fun fact.
That's why they call it the Mandela effect. That's a bonus fact today for a Friday.
Oh.
How about that? So anyway.
Did you guys think he died in prison?
No.
No, I didn't.
I didn't.
I watched the docuseries, so I didn't think that.
They didn't start off by saying he did not die in prison. Now let's go ahead and give you facts about his life. Jeez.
You watched a Nelson Mandela docuseries?
Oh my God, it was really good. I watched it years ago, but it was very, very good.
Oh.
Okay.
His wife was like also just as like, she should get a little credit. She was doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It was very interesting.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, there you go. We all know about Nelson Mandela.
All right, so we know about Nelson Mandela. Kenzie's toilets don't have covers.
No, she's not sure if they have covers or not. That's the Nelson Mandela effect.
Nelson
I'm just
Mandela
trying to
effect.
remember. I'm trying to remember the toilet's not.
They've got to have lids at your house. You got a nice house.
Sure.
Okay,
Doesn't
so
sound right.
back to the question. Do you flush the toilet with the lid open or the lid closed when you flush?
Well, it must be open because I don't know if I have lids.
No, we've confirmed you probably have lids.
So it must be. It must be that.
Oh, God. Case,
Why?
Well, this is part of the fact. Case, do you flush the toilet with the lid up or down?
Up, I let that thing fly.
Yeah, I usually do because that seems like more effort. I've seen people do that, and I go, wow, that's a lot of extra effort in your life to put the lid down and flush it.
I barely remember to get the seat down sometimes.
Well, yeah. Sometimes I piss in a closet. I mean, sometimes I don't know what the hell's going on.
Sometimes
You
pee on the
guys
floor.
just sound like prizes.
Well, coming up here in the fact that makes your brain go, we'll tell you what you're doing right or wrong, putting the lid down or up when you flush. It's a very important question here coming up for the weekend.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, time for a fact that makes your brain go. Before we get to that, reminder, 20 minutes away, 7 a.m., Fall Out Boy in Los Angeles. A trip can be yours. All you got to do is listen at 7 a.m. So, the fact being, do you flush the toilet with the lid open or the lid closed? And a lot of people coming at me saying, Brian, it's not really that much effort to close the lid. How can you say it's a big deal? Elizabeth specifically checking in from 630. Elizabeth, it's just one more thing. Everything on the day, it's just one more thing you got to do. Add it up, and it's one more damn detail in the day that you go, well, I wasted, how much of my life am I going to waste putting the toilet seat down when I flush? You know what I mean?
No.
You don't?
No.
Well, you never confirm with me that you do or do not put the lid down. Case said
No,
he keeps it up.
I don't.
You don't either.
Yeah, but like, so we got a lot of texts that are, and this is probably gonna ruin your fact, but we got a lot of texts that were like, "That's so bad for your toothbrush," but my toothbrush isn't out.
Okay, so that person's right, by the way, that it's been proven by science that when you flush your toilet, that stuff goes out of the toilet, the germs and the poo particles into the air. And I keep my toothbrush, since finding that out, inside the mirror thing that closes. What do you call that? A cabinet or whatever?
Like a medicine cabinet.
Medicine cabinet, yeah. So everything is inside there. And yours, you say yours is too?
Yeah, I put my stuff away, so nothing's out.
Do you keep any cosmetics out on the counter?
No,
Nothing's on the counter.
no, there's soap, but I feel like that's fine.
Yeah, it's going to wash itself eventually.
Well, because it's soap in a bottle. It's not like soap like on a bar.
Yeah, I have a bar. I'm old school, like bar soap.
No, I don't like touching like bars of other people's soap.
Well, it's mine. And then there's a bottle of
What if you guys have a guest though? Do you know what I mean? I'm
do-
like a bottle soap.
We do have bottle soap for the guests, and I use my bar. Because I don't think they want to use a bar either. They're like,
Yeah,
know.
it's disgusting.
Case, do you have your toothbrush out?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Do you know how much
I just don't want that out in general. Like I didn't even think about the toilet thing. It's just like I just think about how dusty your counters get and stuff like that.
Well, me guys don't
You
think
know?
like that. I know me and Case don't think like that, but you're right.
Oh
You should be.
God.
So, Case, you're putting poo on your toothbrush every time you flush the toilet in there.
That makes sense. That says a lot about me. I don't know. I'm with you, Brian. The thought of taking the step to close the toilet seat before you flush it, life's too short.
Right.
I can't do that.
I'm not adding that to my repertoire.
It's another thing I have to do. I don't want to do that.
right. I don't either.
I would have to close it with my foot.
Why?
But I don't want to touch the thing, the system.
I just got a mental picture of you being just a couple weeks away from delivering a baby, holding your foot up to close the toilet seat.
That's what I mean. I'm not
Slips,
touching.
She falls in.
That's enough.
Kinsey, have you fallen in your toilet?
No, but my phone did 2 days ago. It sucked.
Oh! What happened?
I walked into the bathroom and I tripped because I can't see my feet anymore. And it flew across the room and landed. It was, I couldn't have made that shot if I tried. I was like, awesome.
Oh, man.
That's perfect.
So what happened? Did you grab it and put it in rice?
No, I didn't put it in rice. I took the phone case off immediately. It was like, and then like put it, like I wrapped it in a towel and got like all that out. And I haven't put the phone case back on because I didn't want like any water particles,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
to then like be like encased around it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, most phones now, the iPhones, they can take a hit from water. It's not like the old ones. Like you can actually put it in water for a second or something like that, and it's fine.
Yeah, I drop my phone all the time. It never breaks. But I've dropped a phone in the toilet before it ruined it. I'm very afraid of that.
Oh, yeah, it's hard to recover. So, the lid open or the lid closed? Do you flush it? Here's the fact that makes your brain go, it actually doesn't matter. Now, the University of Arizona did an extensive study on microparticles, whether the lid's open or when it's closed and you flush it. And they found out the same amount of particles travel around your bathroom, the poo particles that is, no matter whether the lid's closed or open. Because the lid doesn't close, there's that little gap, in that lid. It's not like sealed like a jar. So that stuff still gets out there. So if you've been closing your lid, you're wasting your time, proving me and Case's point and Kenzie's too that you don't need to do it. It's just an extra thing you shouldn't do.
Feels good to be right.
Feels good, doesn't it? Exactly.
well, like you should still have like your toothbrush and stuff put away. It's disgusting.
Absolutely. Put that stuff away because even if you have the lid closed, stuff's getting on them. Stuff is getting out there.
Yeah, there's stuff in the air, baby.
Yeah. So I hope we've changed a lot of behaviors today.
Well, we really made a
Taste.
difference in the community.
We can really go home.
Yeah,
We're
we're
done.
good.
I mean, it's all
Yeah,
really.
play Green Day. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Cannot wait for August, that Green Day pumpkin show at Wrigley Field. And we announced here, we broke that news last week, that Green Day is going to play American Idiot and Dookie in its entirety at that show. which is about an hour and 40 minutes of album play right away.
17-hour concert.
Oh, my goodness. And we're trying to talk Billy, actually Kenzie, because she talks to him more than any of us, Billy Corrigan, to do a Siamese Dream in its entirety as well, because the 30th anniversary happened last year, and we kind of didn't get that. We didn't get that concert, that moment in time where we could have done that. And we know that Billy was going to try to do that, and it just didn't happen. It didn't work out. And then this tour did. So 31 years. Siamese Dream would have been nice. And then we got Rancid on there. They could do And Out Come the Wolves. It would be an incredible music festival of some of the biggest 90s albums without question.
I'm dying to know like the set times. I can't wait till they drop. Like, this thing's got to start at like 2 in the afternoon.
Because you got the Linda Lindas, Rancid, Smashing Pumpkins, and Green Day. And so, yeah.
People are going to have to ask for work off. It's like, is it start somewhere? It's like, I can't work that day.
Yeah, the Linda Lindas start at 9 a.m. Keep going there. So, yeah, it's going to be an incredible show coming up in August. This will be a very busy month as well. What's also busy in 9 minutes is your chance to go see Fall Out Boy in Los Angeles, 7 a.m. It's one of your last chances to get in. Our great friends at Bettenhouse and Automotive helped us out. So, 7 a.m. We'll also get the sports. Kenzie's picks for the championship weekend. That's the NFC and the AFC championship game, Kenzie. There's only 2 games to pick. And listen, I made $69 last weekend off Kenzie's picks.
I got to pick those again?
Yeah, you do. Just 2 games. 2 games.
Oh, let me focus.
Do what you usually do. Don't do any research. Just get ready to pick on your gut.
Don't do any research.
Yeah, your gut does better than any kind of research of the other guys. In the meantime, it's Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. The nation's tallest building is coming to Oklahoma City. From the top floor, you'll get a clear view of how little there is to do in Oklahoma City. Ticket sales for Coachella are slower than they've been in a decade. But that should change once Taylor and Travis announce they're going. Michael Phelps and his wife welcomed their 4th child. Michael Phelps, a strong swimmer with even stronger swimmers. An Italian town is so overwhelmed with dog poop that officials are now testing dog doo DNA to track down culprits. And you thought your job sucks. And Dolly Parton launched a line of baking products. The company is called Betty Knocker. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.